Well, Cindy will be in here. I'm gonna start this then, because
Yep.
we got some little bit of paperwork to do here first. So,
Yeah, Brian, we didn't have to
Darn
wait
it.
long at all.
I told you we didn't have to come so long.
No, I got my meat.
okay, I turned it off. Okay, now I'm hitting record. Okay, good evening. It is Monday, December 9th. It is exactly 6:00. Oh, well, as we'll say it's exactly 5:58, 6 p.m. Present is Renee O'Donnell, Brian Carlin, Stanley Skip Smith, and Cindy Grant, and we are all present and accounted for. We have no public. We have Chief Fox here, but we have no public, so I'm gonna guess there's not much of a public comment, unless you have something to say, Chief Fox? No? Okay, so we're gonna read the warrants. We have AP warrant number 44 for $538.25. AP warrant number 45 for $2,565.80. And AP warrant number 46 for $130,999.67. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the warrants as read.
Second?
Second, all in favor, 3-0. And then the minutes. I read all the minutes, you guys, and I can vote on 9:23, 10:21, 10:31, but 11:18 I was absent from
Yeah,
that
we'll have to
meeting.
do them individually because
Right.
we're all missing on.
Oh, that's right, one of us was all missing at
Yeah.
some, okay, so
Yeah.
let's take them individually. So let's do 9:23 first. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes from 9:23, and I think, Brian, you and I were here.
No, you were not on 9:23 according to this.
Oh, that's
It
right,
was
I'm sorry, I was
Skip
sick
and I,
that time.
Yep.
That's right, okay.
So I'll second,
Second, and all in favor?
so it'll be 2.
It was 2, and it was Brian and Skip who voted. And then I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from 10:21. And I need a second.
I'd have to come from Skip.
Okay, Skip, I need a second from you because Brian was absent. I'm sorry, that's right, Brian.
10 what?
10:21,
Oh, okay.
October 21.
Second.
Second, okay, all in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, we have accepted those minutes.
2-0.
2-0, yes, 2-0 for the record. And then I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from October 31st.
Second?
Second, all in favor? 2, that's just 2, that's Renee and Brian voted, because Skip was not present at 10:31. And then on 11:18,
I think you were all here.
oh, we're all here for
Well, it's
11:18?
not marked off as such that.
Let me see. I thought I was missing.
Oh, that's right, that's the
I
one
was,
that you guys,
I
yeah.
was delayed at the airport.
Yeah,
So I'll just make a motion that we accept the minutes of 11/18/2019.
Second?
Okay, all in favor? It's 2-0, it's Skip and Brian
Okay.
voting on that one, so the minutes are all approved. Cindy, do we have any agenda adjustments?
we do have a couple of abatements that came in after the fact.
Okay, do you want to hit
So
those
when we
now?
get down there, I have none, but we do have some down.
Okay, so that's an adjustment, okay. All right. And seeing as how the fire chief isn't here, we'll just go right to you. Ask you, chief. How are you, Chris?
I'm well, how are you?
Good.
You got my report. We did pretty good last month. We had 13 calls. We were able to make a response on 11 of those. We also hosted a regional training for the EMS protocol update. That's something that's done usually yearly to every other year. We all work under a set of protocols governed by the state for our EMS licenses, and they're statewide. So we were able to host the training for ourselves, Troy, Dixmont, and Northern Light, which is the new name for Capital Ambulance. We have a fire member that's has completed an application and is going through the hiring process, hopefully, to take the EMS class in January. If everything in the application process pans out. We do have a paramedic who lives in town who's been given a conditional offer pending post-offer activities such as post-offer physical and things like that. So that will be a nice addition to the ranks.
Okay.
Otherwise, our staffing levels have remained unchanged.
Wonderful.
And Chief Shaw is at a meeting elsewhere.
Oh, okay, so you want to do
He's
this?
coming back, I've got his report here.
Okay, I was just saying, I do have his report. I've already,
And if he doesn't make it back in, any sort of time for him prepared to report on his behalf for something that items haven't listed there.
Pump house has been finished.
Just see that.
You see that?
Almost has been finished.
There you go.
That
I'll
took a
do
while.
fireworks. That's literally been about, I don't know, how many years?
It's been a long time.
Since we first started talking about it with the
Yeah.
other group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
On top of his report, I need to ask, we have the invoice to pay for the new truck. And the funds should be coming in this week. But the truck's being delivered tomorrow. So, I kind of wanted to see your thoughts on possibly getting a check, doing a check ahead of time to pay for the truck, number one, so we can process the registration.
Okay,
And let them get started lining up, the activities, which is gonna be kind of a borrow type of deal where we'll do the checks and then when the when the grant funds come in, we'll reimburse,
okay,
if that's okay with you, just.
that's
There's no chance of that being pulled back, the grant.
the grant.
No, and I have the email here, I had Chris, we have, where is it? Chris sent me the email where they confirmed the, from the Stephen King Foundation, they confirmed the funds.
Okay. Okay, so here's an email from Chris to Cindy, and it's copied from the info@stephenkingfoundation.org to Chris, the Newburgh Rescue. Your request is being funded for $45,000, however, we will be delayed in getting the checks until the second week of December, when some investments become available. You will get a check in the mail as soon as possible. Stephanie Leonard, Administrator. That's fine with me if we cut them a check ahead of time and take care of it.
Well, they have,
I'm sure they want to get paid if they're going to leave a truck,
right,
they're going to
and
want.
they've got a bunch of,
Yeah, I'm not gonna just give us a truck.
Right,
they've got a bunch of, work lined up
right.
to get that truck ready, get it lettered and a couple other things. Chris can probably explain more than I can.
Do you need a vote from us to allow you to cut that check, or?
No, I just wanted your blessing, so you knew
Yes.
that I was gonna be doing it. You'll see the warrant and
Okay.
sign
Good.
for that. Ralph did leave these. These are the estimates that he's gotten.
Oh, here's one, some from each of us. So from Atlantic, it's $28.80.
That's for the radio system.
Radio system, yeah.
And then
Tony
the other
Stone.
one is,
For the lettering,
the lettering on the door is $440. And
this is another truck radio install quote.
So, that's what I'm prepared to speak about on the sheet you have. So the top page, as you said, is from Atlantic Communications. That's for the sale of the radios and installation of the antenna and required cabling. The page at the bottom that you just saw is an email from another vendor we have used for upfitting equipment. His expected cost is less than Atlantic, as you can see. I'm not sure what Ralph wrote on there, but
It just says, on the bottom, it does say install 2 Motorola turbo radios,
yeah.
custom in front center console, check antenna cables, replace as needed, supply new antennas, quote 6 hours plus parts, $50 per hour.
So it's $300 for the work, the labor part of it, and no more than $250 for the parts.
Okay,
So that quote encompasses the bottom 3 items on Atlantic's quote. So that being the labor for the installation,
oh, I see, yes, I see
the
right here.
antenna, and the
Those-
miscellaneous cabling.
Have we used this person before?
Yes, he was the one who fixed the problems that the other vendors.
That's right, we had a vendor that didn't pull through on your vehicle, correct?
Right,
Yes.
Is it this one?
No. That person, no.
okay.
That's not a person that we're using.
So I have a question.
Sure,
This is an individual,
yes. We've done business with him before.
right, but, I'm trying to think.
He does all the work for the sheriff's office cars now.
Oh, he
They've
does?
left the company that we worked with originally,
Okay,
so now he does the sheriff's office part.
So he's insured and all that?
Yes, yeah.
Because I didn't think we got that last time, because it wasn't gonna meet the criteria of what
Uh,
we paid him, so we
I've
didn't have to worry about it.
I'm sure he can provide that. I mean, the
Yeah.
sheriff's office is doing tens of thousands of dollars of work with them. I'm
Yeah.
sure they got that lined up correctly.
yeah.
Okay.
I was like, if you don't mind, if you happen to email him, could you just
I'll email her.
ask him and say, if you wouldn't mind, could you just
So we
forward
just
me-
need the regular tax paperwork, Cindy, and the liability policy. He doesn't have anybody work for him. Wasn't
He's
that a
a
thing?
sole proprietor,
Yeah,
so
so
he
we
can
just
either
need
have
that
the
paper.
insurance, or he can have the paperwork from the state saying he's a sole
Correct.
proprietor.
Okay.
And that total from Atlantic is $950 compared to the $650.
Right.
That's a $300 savings, so you guys are going to buy the radio probably from Atlantic
Correct.
and then have him install?
Correct.
Okay. I'm all set with that. Do we need a motion for them to buy the radio, or?
It's over the.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
over the threshold,
It's over the
yes.
threshold.
Yeah.
The 650 is over the threshold, and the other one, the 440, is not, but I can give you a motion for the whole kit and caboodle if you want. I'll first make this motion, is that I make a motion that we give our blessing to the Newburgh Fire and Rescue to purchase a new Motorola radio for the new air truck, is that correct?
It's actually
Two radios, for the price of $1,930.
Second?
Second, all in favor, 3-0. And then I'll make a motion that we give permission to Newburgh Fire and Rescue to contract with Hilltop Auto LLC for the installation of those 2 radios for $650.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Well, sorry.
3-0, that's okay. And just to cover our bases, I'll make a motion for this 440 if you guys want me to.
Sure.
Okay, so then I'll make a motion that we give permission to Newburgh Fire and Rescue to contract with graphics designs for new lettering of the truck, of the new air truck for $440.
Second.
Second, all in favor? 3-0.
That's
That's
under the 500, so.
under 500, yeah.
Right, so-
We were just here. I was
What's the
just
matter
doing-
with the radio that's in 497?
That radio is old and it's not gonna be compliant with the new radio that we have, the new radio system. Well,
Yeah.
it is currently compliant, but as we go forward with the upgrading, it's not going to be right.
Yep.
And it's also just we got that radio used from the state police, so they were getting rid of it and then got put in that
Okay.
truck.
I'm just checking.
All right.
Yeah,
It's nothing we could pull, that truck's gone, right?
no,
No.
It's nothing we could pull out and sell? Do we wanna sell it?
I don't think there's any value in selling it.
Okay. Okay, so that's Chief Shaw's report?
Yep.
Before leaving fire, should we at some point, I don't know, tonight, start a conversation on what to do with the fire station, or thinking about the fire station, given with what Cindy has been told by the school department?
Well, I
You know?
think we should tread water for a little bit. I think we should hold for right now until we figure that end out. You know what I mean?
Till we get a
It's
definite answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
we
the
gotta
other
wait to
side.
see what they're gonna do first.
Yeah. Because I have no idea, what's gonna happen after that is probably, you know,
So,
gonna be,
I'm gonna have
were you gonna tell them about the grant for the,
Yes, I will, thank you. So, we've also today received the final, it's a three-level process, approval from the Department of Homeland Security for the radio program. So, that $21,914 has been completely approved to be expended. So I've reached out to the company that we're working with, RCM, based out of Chelsea, and they will begin the work on relicensing with the FCC to get a new system put up.
that's for
The cellular tower.
the cellular tower?
Yeah.
So our repeater's gonna go on that cellular tower basically, or?
the antenna's
We're-
already up
The
there?
our
Correct, so-
antenna's on up
Right,
there.
so certain costs changed from the time of the quote
Mhm.
to time of award, and of course the cost did not go down.
Yeah,
So if you'll recall from our email communications, we took certain costs on the town side, that being the bracket and the lifting, the raising of the antenna.
mhm.
I believe we will be being billed for the antenna as of today, now that that's been granted. And hopefully we'll be able to receive refund for that as well through the grant. But again, several months have passed since the initial approval and costs may have increased. But we saved a lot of money using we expended money, but overall in the project, we saved money in using the contractors that, while they were already on the site.
Right, right.
So what that project is the new repeater, all brand new equipment. We're not going to bring our currently old stuff to the new site. What the new site's going to be a new radio, a new duplexer, which is part of the radio, a new structure to house that. One of the things, just to recap on it, that was brought up when they were bringing the tower, that was going to be a concern, was that initially they had said there was not going to be a generator. So we lobbied Verizon to provide money to provide us a generator, allow us to buy one, and they ended up just putting in a generator.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, so that site is generator supported. It's a very large diesel generator they have there. The system that we have through the original build of the project has a battery backup system, so there will be no disruption in service between power out to generator on.
Okay, good.
So and at the last meeting, I just wanted to share it again, just for your benefit. Between that $45,000 grant and this $21,000 grant, that's nearly, $67,000 worth
Right.
of grant money this department has brought in this calendar year.
I'm gonna email you when it comes time for me to write my annual letter. Because people should know that we are working to, offset our costs and.
Yeah,
and
there's
all that
a
stuff.
lot of legwork to go in, it's not just a small little thing, so.
Right.
A lot goes into getting the money in, but the thing is, a lot goes in to get a lot of reward,
Right,
so it works out.
good. Well, thanks very much. Good job. Okay, so Gary's not here, but I'm sure he's all set.
He's all set.
Okay. Animal control. I read this, the cat with the really bad eyes. Everybody all set with the animal control report? Anything new on her front, Cindy, that we should know
No,
about?
she's got the, given Garland out there this year again, and
Yeah,
it's doing very well.
I just bought 2 ornaments off the Giving Garland, as a matter of fact. That's very nice of her. Okay, so then, cost recovery.
Cost recovery, I gave you the paperwork. This is a company that, will do our billing and collection for our calls.
Right,
And
I read-
they'll go back a year.
okay,
And they don't charge for the service, they take a percentage of what they collect.
okay.
And I'd like to give them a try at least to see if they have any more, because we're not collecting a lot. I'd spend all my time in small claims court,
Yeah,
trying to collect these $200 and $300 bills. We have collected some just send it through, but there are others. And he has, based on in my conversation with him, he has a pretty good collection rate.
okay. It says he keeps 20%
Yep,
of what he collects,
yep.
right? And if we sign a contract with him, how long is this contract for? I don't, that doesn't jump right out at me here. I would like it to be not, if you're going to try, I'd like to give him a
Agreement may be
try.
terminated as follows: immediate termination of the party removes others is not complying with state law, right, and effective upon termination or expiration of the agreement by either party.
That would be my only question before I move forward with him. Is it a 6-month, 6-month agreement, a 1-year agreement? Can we come to the agreement that it's not working and give him a 30-day notice, you
Mhm.
know?
Okay.
That would be my only, did you guys have any questions about it?
Well, are we to assume that the non-paying people are those whose insurance company won't take care of these bills, so that it's coming out of their pocket?
I don't know. I don't know. We send it to the people and they're notified to,
I just
Forward
hate
it
to
to their
have
insurance
the town of Newburgh having the reputation of some of these bill collectors that just harass, you know, and if it's the fact that people can't afford it, it
thing
doesn't
is
happen, it's one
insurance
thing.
will pay this. There's clauses in insurance policies to pay this,
Okay.
but some of them just,
What you have to do is probably have to submit the bill.
yeah,
If you send me a bill, I probably have to submit it to my
Yeah.
car insurance
yeah.
or whatever insurance is.
But some of the insurance companies balk at it,
Oh, yeah.
so, but,
Might I opine on this topic?
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So this company was brought up at a recent county chiefs meeting.
Mhm.
All the users, Levant, Hound, Aetna, Dexter, just to name a couple, have an excellent service with this company. The rate of return, what he can get, has gotten those departments compared to what they did when they did themselves.
Mhm.
Can't, not comparable, so
Oh,
it's
really?
absolutely fantastic.
You know, and maybe it's sort of like when your windshield is broken, you just give them the name of your company and they bill them directly. And you see what I mean?
Mhm, mhm.
Maybe it's not going to the person's home and that sort of thing. I'm guessing it's all streamlined. So, if you could just figure out what the time frame of committing to,
okay.
I'd be willing to give it a try. These guys can, I mean, it's okay with me.
And I don't think it's the way you're thinking as far as bill collectors hounding. I think that Because it's just him and his wife, I believe.
I'm not sure the makeup of the company, I do believe it is quite small.
Yeah,
I don't think that it is a bill, I think they bill, maybe do it again, and that's
yeah.
it. I don't think that they're hounding anybody for it.
Okay.
I don't think they're aggressive. I think they send a notice, send a second notice, and then maybe a phone call, and if nothing, then,
Or maybe you notice that we are billing, like, a lot of times you just get a notice of, we are billing your insurance company.
Yeah.
That's fine, I just hate that, you know, some of these poor kids out there right now are just struggling so hard with these insurance companies right now that
Yeah.
it's really
Oh, yeah.
total chaos, and I just,
yeah, I
geez,
will.
I just hate to see it become a collection agency that's, you know, calling them all hours of the night
Yeah.
at work.
I don't think that's the case,
I
but I
don't think
will
so either.
make sure.
And it's, in my experience of working, going to these chiefs meetings, it's out of the ordinary not to bill.
Oh, I see.
Because, you know, for the fire.
It's becoming a standard practice.
Right, absolutely, because their tax availability funding is limited, and there has to be some sort of way to recover the cost, because the fire EMS service, the taxes, you know, cover the cost for that equipment to be ready to go.
Right,
Doesn't really necessarily cover the response aspect of it,
okay.
so it sort of fills in. And as far as the billing for car accidents, that's sort of the least of what people are doing. Certain departments bill for every call they go to, residents and non-residents, because it's billing for the actual service, not the standby portion,
Right,
which
I
is
see what
what
you're
most of
saying.
the taxes cover.
Yeah. So Cindy, if you
I
would
will
just,
get some more information and
just give him a
come back.
call, yeah, have a
Yep.
conversation with him and
Yep,
all that kind of
I
thing.
do have one other thing.
Sure.
Town elections are gonna be on the 9th of June this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
So our past practice has been that we would have elections on Tuesday and town meeting on Thursday night. Do you wanna continue that? Do it the same way we've been doing it?
is that,
It would be Thursday the 11th.
okay? And that still get,
Or
but
do
we
you
don't,
wanna do it the very next night?
no, Tuesday, Thursday is fine with me. But that gives you the opportunity, we end the year on June 30th still.
Yes.
We do it like this
Right.
every year.
Yeah,
Just making it clear in my head, so. Town elections are Tuesday, June 9th.
yep. So town meeting would be Thursday, the 11th at 6 or 5:30 did we do? I didn't talk.
I
This thing
thought-
just popped up, it was 6:30.
Yeah, I thought we went, I was saying, I thought we went to
6:30,
6:30, so
Yeah.
people could get out of work. Get situated a little bit.
And you will be back,
Oh,
you're
let's see.
leaving.
I
The
can,
12th, probably.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll be back the 1st of May sometime. No, I'm not sure.
No, but will you be here the middle of June?
Yes, I'll be here by the middle of June.
I'll
Absolutely.
be home the 1st of May. Does that mean you're staying home?
So you're leaving after Christmas,
Yeah, I'm leaving after Christmas.
okay,
I'll probably, what we had just talked about is going down, coming home the end of January, taxes, business, blah, 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 blah. And then, because when you get closer to February, the tickets get more expensive.
mhm,
So probably not come home at all in February,
mhm.
unless there's a major snowstorm. My mom's gone, so I don't really have to, usually like to come home once every month or so and check on my mother, but that's not happening anymore. And then come home in March sometime, I don't really
Okay, so
know.
you'll know.
But I can certainly keep you posted.
You'll let me know exactly in
Yeah.
January when you're coming home.
Right, because we have to get down there and it's,
My next question is budget committee. Did you want to do a budget committee again this year, or
we probably should, don't
I
you
think
think?
that works well.
just checking?
Yeah,
Same people?
yeah, I think that,
We had a fifth one, and I can't remember, somebody told me they'd be willing to do it, but I will get it off a note on my desk and,
Okay.
Yeah,
Because you
I
usually
like-
start
I like
budget
having
committee.
budget committee.
Yeah, I do
Well,
too.
that's right, we would have been going by now usually, right? December.
Yeah, but we were early last year, way early, so I figure if we start, I'll
January,
put my
February,
packets
March,
out to,
April.
to the department heads.
Yeah. Well, we have so much more cooperation now. Things are so much more in tune with,
So,
with working together.
but I will put my packets out probably next week to Chris and Ralph and,
Okay.
and everybody and probably have them back by the end of, January. Last year, the budget committee met once.
Yeah, they went right through everything.
I mean,
I'm
there
sure.
was no big hurdles to get through
Right.
and no,
So even if they met February, March, they'll be all done.
Yeah.
And we could approve it and
yeah,
look at it.
So-
Okay, all right.
but I will,
Is there still a law against me participating remotely?
yeah,
There is.
Yeah.
You're not just making that up, are you?
No.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you can listen, you can listen.
I know,
You just can't vote.
I know, I remember
Yep.
us having that conversation.
We sat here one night, you were chopping vegetables.
Yes, I was cooking. I was cooking while you guys were having a meeting.
Was it on the Scott?
I was just,
He was right on the TV or for computer screen or something.
yeah, I
And
was,
I think you could hear ice shaking in his glass.
I did make Rick go outside so he wouldn't say anything inappropriate. We can leave that out of
Yeah.
minutes. But, yeah, I was making supper one
Yeah,
time when I said.
But I'm gonna put a notice out, this week, to get, and that's something you guys should be thinking about is your letter for the town report.
Okay, all right. Like I said, I'll email Chris, I want all of that to, you guys can repeat it in your letter, I'm gonna say it in my letter, I just
Yeah.
want people to know that, you know, everybody's working hard to
Yeah.
offset their costs and stuff like that. That's good,
Okay,
okay. Cemetery committee,
nothing,
nothing, all quiet,
yeah.
roads all quiet, or
Roads,
did they get any?
they got the Chapman Road done. Tomorrow, they're doing the North Road, and I think we're all caught up on the little job. We didn't do any trimming.
You
The
did?
trimming that we did have, Patrick did go down and cut the trees on the Mudgett Road.
Okay,
But the roadside trimming, there isn't a whole lot to do.
no,
There is some that they could do, but the stuff that I was thinking of on the Miles Road, that machine that I thought can't do it.
it's
So,
too, it's
and
too
the
big.
trees aren't falling in the road, they're just the branches hanging over,
Right.
so, Ed went out and said, yeah, you could do, you know, this, but then they're still jumping all over the place,
Yeah.
which, you know,
Well, maybe we could put a package together for spring, for some spring trimming if that's necessary,
Yeah.
March, April.
yeah. I'd really like to discuss in the new budget of trying to find somebody that would do the roads. I know nothing about roads. And
What are you doing?
I'm inspecting culverts and don't have a clue. So maybe getting somebody, maybe a multitasking type position, you know, the roads and road jobs
Or
and
just
stuff
an
like that.
as needed
Yeah,
situation. Can you put in a few hours this week and a few
Yeah.
hours this week while we're doing these things in
it's
the
not
during the summer?
a daily position,
Right,
it's just,
exactly. We don't really need a public works position, we just need a little bit more.
right, somebody that knows about roads, knows what's need to be done and, you know, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So I am gonna be working on that, trying to figure out
Something for that.
something for that. Because
Okay.
like I said, I know nothing about roads.
Okay. All right, so that's all caught up. Old business, that's tabled. Assessors items, there's no new business,
Just the
abatements.
abatements.
Okay.
Okay, so these are foreclosures that we've that have been on the books, but we have outstanding taxes we haven't taken care of. This first one, the Roger Gould property, is the property that the town forester told you we foreclosed on. It's right up next to our lot out in back of Piper Mountain,
Okay,
that he recommended we don't do anything with because it gives us better access to the actual town property,
right,
government property.
right.
The second one is a swamp lot over in back of John Lisby's, up in the swamp there, the town. There's several of them there that people have let go because there's no access to them,
Right,
and they're in the swamp. That's this one, Norris Neal's.
okay,
This Sunil Swant is actually the earlier taxes from, I believe, Kenny's place we sold him back there. We paid amount that Kenny gave us
Oh.
for the corner of the Chapman Road,
right,
but it didn't cover all the taxes, so we want to abate them
okay,
and just clean up the taxes.
okay,
So there's those three.
okay. So I think we all have to sign on the back, right?
Yep, right on the
Yeah.
back.
All those pens in it, it's just big enough and rubbery enough on
You
it.
let me know, I got a few of them like that.
It's got rubber like
Yeah,
that.
I used to get my mother the big round fat ones with the rubber on them, so she could hold on to them. All right. There you
It's
go,
hard for
Skip.
me to use my
Yes, I'm sure.
right hand with the wrong finger.
Okay, and then, did you guys, vote on the auditor's report? Or did you, were
Yes.
you do?
I believe they did, yes.
I thought you were waiting for me. I didn't really have anything.
Let's see.
I thought it said you tabled it till I
That
was
was
here.
only,
Back in the minute.
Yeah. Oh, good.
We tabled it the first time, and then I think we approved it the second time.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound right?
I think
Yes.
so.
That's right, because we didn't want to hold it
Yeah,
up for
you
being
did.
published, get
Right.
it published.
That's fine. I just want to make sure we got it all done. Okay. There's those
Do you have
abatements.
any problems with it or anything?
No, I did not.
You need to reopen it.
No, the letter, was the letter in here? There was
Not
no,
in that one.
right, but she did, I did read a letter though, didn't I?
Yes, you got it in your
Yes.
packet.
Yeah. She didn't have any,
She had two things. One was her doing the financial statements, which is standard procedure in small towns.
yeah,
And the other one was the, credit card policy, I believe,
yes.
which we already have in one of our policies. She just wasn't aware of it.
I think that's what caught my eye right there, is because I thought we had a credit card policy already in place.
Purchase policy is
Purchase.
part of it, yep.
Yeah, right here.
And I called her and I told her, and she was okay with it. Segregation of duties is what it is, not the credit card. Segregation of duties, because when she was here was when Cindy was out. And it
Okay.
was back to Katie and I, and
Yeah,
the
okay.
preparation of the financial statements, which she does. In the big cities, they have somebody that does them and hands them to an auditor, and, but 99% of the small towns, the auditors do the financial
Yeah,
statements.
that's what she says here too. So, okay, I think I'm all good with it all. You guys got anything else?
So,
Gonna be here for the next meeting?
Yes, I think we'll probably, we can either squeeze in a meeting at the end of December or before I leave, or wait till the end of January. I could call Cindy. I mean, if I give her some notice. Off the record, what I'm planning on doing is sending my husband down by himself right after Christmas, so I can get some stuff done.
Let him get a little bit settled in.
Okay, so, depending on what comes up between now and Christmas,
Right,
I mean, we can set one tentatively
okay,
if you want. It's up to
okay,
you to try to tidy stuff up.
yeah,
Especially budget committee, we should appoint, once I figure out if everybody, you guys have to appoint the budget committee. That
okay,
is one thing that will have to take place.
okay.
Um,
Why don't we do it, how about Monday, December 30th? It could be an evening meeting, it could be a morning meeting,
doesn't matter to me.
Does it matter to you guys?
I don't think so.
That'd be our second meeting of the month, and we could, like I said, if you need the budget committee approved or anything like that, you okay with that, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Monday
so,
the 30th?
yeah, let's do
What
Monday,
time?
December 30th.
What time though?
What time do you,
I don't care.
you don't care? Let's do a morning meeting.
Skip?
But first, I'll check, make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, like a 7:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, tight meeting.
We don't have two vehicles. When Donna goes to work, I'm home.
Why don't you cook us a meal? We'll come up there.
Yeah, really, hey, make breakfast. I love breakfast. I swear this phone is listening to my conversations. I didn't
It
even
does.
plug in the time. It says 7:30 a.m. Because usually it's programmed in for 6 p.m.
These things are scary, what they listen to and what they
Yeah.
do.
And Cindy, well, just as a reminder, because you know how forgetful and discombobulated I get sometimes, just text me if there's anything that, say, hey, are we still on for Monday the 30th?
If I remember.
I always tell people I'm never offended by the follow-up reminder email, never. So I guess that's it, you guys. Everybody all good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion. It is 6:40 p.m. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor? 3-0. We are done.